Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we last left off, we had just had our tactical meeting for the upcoming battle for Naraka, and we have learned that not only is Princess Rachel going to be joining in the fight, but also the inexperienced college student, Jersey. Jersey is going to be fighting with the Holy Army? Is she crazy? Are her braids too high, too tight? You've been here the whole time we were gone, and you didn't already know about this? No, I didn't! I admit I knew about Princess Rachel's involvement, but at least Rachel knows a little about fighting, and she's intelligent enough to recognize her limitations so well as to not put herself into a position as suicidal as riding straight to Gorgon Ghidra alongside us. Uri points. Dusk, you know what to do. Go. I don't think he knows what to do. What? Uri waves a hand. Go do that same stupid kind of hero routine, Jersey, that you've indulged with every young girl in Elvenia so far. Lord. Oh, right. Think that things will turn out okay here? Jersey's a pretty cute girl. Trust me, Dusk will be able to take care of her by himself. This fight will be something different altogether for us. This is an actual battle between two entire armies, so not all of us, or not all of the usual rules we have been following so far still apply. I know what you mean. We're not going to be the only ones fighting this time. It doesn't matter how strong we might have become in comparison to the other Naraka Knights since we arrived in Elvenia, for in the middle of war, whether one survives the battle or not will be left almost completely to chance. We are glad that you still understand that, my friend. You are wise to recognize that there are certain limitations that will always exist within yourself as a warrior of the light. You must never be too prideful of your strength. Yeah, because it usually results in you instantly getting your tail kicked. Hence why we should be worried about that scatterbrained girl with her phony southern accent. She has a southern accent? Don't be Uri. If Dusk cannot convince her to rethink her decision, then my sisters and I will watch out for Jersey ourselves. I swear that not one square centimeter of the enemy's sword will fall upon a single hair on her head. Thanks, Priyan. I know that you are lying and that you won't truly be able to guarantee Jersey's safety, but I appreciate it anyway. You think it's too impossible for a guardian angel, Lynn's right. We will need you four to help us survive this. Okay, Michiru? Yeah. Dusk grimly says, "Please wait, Miss Hartshorn." Okay, this is a minor thing, but I would kind of want to comment on this about how Jersey was slowly walking up here, and then Dusk is right behind her, running, kind of. Considering that RPG Maker 1 does not actually allow you to move different characters at the same time, this was a kind of a good way of showing of her chasing after her. It's you, Dusk. Is there something you need? Yes, of course there is. Surely you are already aware. Jersey has one of those teardrops. Well, if it has anything to do with the way in which you seem to react towards me in our first meeting. I must admit that I am quite flattered, but... Dusk says with an exaggerated sigh, "No, I didn't mean that. I just... Look, His Majesty and the good Queen both stated quite plainly that they do not wish to subject you to such danger as this. They are only allowing it because you seem to be in desperation." Jersey is somewhat shocked. "So why, Jersey? Why are you doing this? I don't mean to insult you when I say this, but you are not capable of fighting in any war. You are nothing more than a young girl, with a fragile body and delicate spirit not at all suited for combat. Your age is even younger than that of myself or my friends, and yet you wish to stand in the face of a man like Gorgon Ghidra, a man who might be one of the Lunas Elru Knights? He and the men of his ghastly army are demons bred for battle, Jersey. And even if you were as strong as the other knights of Naraka, how could I ever wish to see you stain your innocent hands with blood? For everyone who has stood in the throne room earlier, you especially should never have to know what it is like to be responsible for the ending of another's life." Mr. Dusk. Dusk looks down. Too much chaos and death has plagued the loving souls of a world as beautiful and innocent as Elvinia is already. Even poor Sarah in her innocence, was forced to fight and slay the very souls she wished so much to redeem from the darkness, and she is no older than you. You know, Strikeback brings up a really good point. Hasn't she killed people already in Bella's? Not only that, she was dang good at it. She has some really good spells. Please, Dusk. I realize that you all seem to cherish me very much as your friend, and that you only mean to save me from the same fate that the rest of you cannot stop yourselves from falling victim to. And I am grateful for that, but still, I have not yet had the chance to prove myself worthy of being cared for as a friend by others in this cruel life. All I have ever done in my entire 18 years of life in Elvinia is fail everyone I ever came to care for, when I might have actually been needed by them. Jersey throws her face into her hands, sobbing. I just wind up screwing up everything I strive to accomplish or protect. It wasn't just the education I pursued these last few years that I've made mistakes in. No matter how hard I try, no matter how much I meant to do right by someone, I cannot ever seem to succeed. I cannot ever do anything to be of help to anyone. My peers were all right about me, Dusk. I am a complete space cadet. I wish I did not deserve to be known as something much worse. Just like Miss Paprika, the darkness is doing this to you, my dear Jersey Hartshorn. You are not a failure. We all know that you are trying your best. The Goddess of Fate has never created a mistake. Mr. Dusk, I am asking you and everyone else here with all possible desperation in my heart. Please, please give me this one last chance to prove myself. You all protected me when I was in peril all alone in that awful haunted place. I'd actually say the other way around, personally. So please let me be the one to help you all for once. I'll guard you and your friends in this battle with every last trace of magic that sleeps within my bosom, however feeble an amount that power may be. I swear it. I will not fail you. Sigh. Alright, I will say nothing else. We should feel most blessed to have such a loyal and dedicated friend on our side, it would seem. Still, please promise us that you will try to be as careful as you possibly can, okay, Miss Jersey? I shall. And please also remember that you are not ever obligated to prove anything to your friends in order to be loved by them. Hey, Dusk? Yes? Thanks. The person who sent me after you is more deserving of your gratitude. I think that Uri would have said basically the same things to you, had he been better at words. I think he was more concerned about you than any of the rest of us were. So, that's it. The only reason that I am standing here to speak words of encouragement to you instead of anyone else is because... Because? I guess it is because I simply was able to befriend you Elvenians a lot more easily than most Earth people would have. But that is only because I cannot do well enough on my own. I need friends like you all. And I, as a child from a dark and scary place like Earth, will strive to become more like the Elvenians every day. It was them who taught me faith above all else, after all. Much like yourself, that strange emerald-tipped feather you wear behind one ear symbolizes strength in its most delicate form. Strength used humbly to protect, but never to punish. That is the sole promise of any swordsman of the Northern Longblade, right? Right? It is. And we move on to later this night. Oh, hey, this is that part we were talking about earlier, about how we would discuss the Admiral's plans, and how he will actually really be helping us in that battle. Everything is to your understanding then, Admiral? You are willing to do this? Aye, your majesty. If I sail out with the Rosalina from the North Pier at full battle speed as soon as possible, then I should be able to surprise the enemy army at some time around noon tomorrow. Well, after the fighting has already begun. Gordon bleh. I was about to say Gordon Ghidra, but didn't say Ghidra. Gorgon shouldn't be expecting something like this at all, at least when you consider the fact that technology has not evolved so far in Elvenia that it is easy to find vessels that traverse water. The ships of the former Leviathan fleet were the only ones ever built so far in history, right? King Hataru smiles. Let us hope that a look of utter shock crosses the faces of every ogre demon out there when they see the shadow of the Rosalina fall upon the horizon of Posca's lake. So, did I understand that correctly? The Leviathan fleet is the first fleet of its kind? I shall take my leave then, now, with your permission. I must hurry if I am going to try to grab my ship all the way from the North Pier and sail all the way back to Posca's. Serena bless you, your majesties, Paprika. In other words, he has only a day to get back to the pier and sail his ship back over to where this battle is taking place. It's a good thing we have those not chocobos. And you as well, William. Good luck, Admiral. Please be careful on your journey. Hi, my dear friend. I hope he'll be okay. It is not safe to travel anywhere by yourself anymore. I wish we could spare some of our knights to accompany him. And there is also the issue of time. Don't worry, my queen. The Admiral is as strong as any of our brave friends from the Earth are. He'll make it back to help us in time and safely. There's nothing he can't do. I can't help but believe that when a polyester says it with such conviction. Paprika dear, if you would please excuse the king and myself for a few moments, I will join you in the library as soon as I can. It shouldn't be long. There's a library? Yes, ma'am. My king? I hope you and that young polyester lady can find the right spell to accomplish such a grandiose feat from those old books. Perhaps the outcome of this fight lies most crucially with Paprika, not the 4 Earthlings. A lot will be riding on the shoulders of such a small creature, but I think she has just the right strength of heart to do this. Queen Laurana says with a downhearted face. Darling? Yes, my sweet Laurana? Why does the good queen have such a sorrowful look in her eyes? I cannot hide my fear, darling. I am afraid for all of us. I know, my love. I know. And Serena could not blame you for that. I don't think anyone at all in the entire kingdom isn't at least a little bit afraid of the opponents that they must face tomorrow, knight and civilian alike. In truth, probably all of the Yuzuki region is very much afraid for us. Darling. And why should they not? We must face the truth, my queen. No matter how carefully we planned everything out, how are we to truly know the strength of an enemy we have never before fought against? They may easily crush every last Naraka knight who stands on that field and never blink once. Nevertheless, we must go out and fight them. We cannot hide from the darkness forever. As virtually the only ones in all of Elvenia who possess any power whatsoever to physically fight evil, the people of Naraka and those 4 Earthlings are really all that stands in the way of the Dark Lord's coming to rule over all of this universe, so we cannot lose. No matter what happens, else all of Elvenia is pretty much doomed. Not just the Holy City. All we can do is pray, my dear Laurana. Pray that Serena's wings will shield us, and if the devil was somehow powerful enough to force her to flee the world altogether, and hence cause us to lose awareness of her presence, she will be back to save her children. She won't abandon us. We must have faith in that. Yes, I know that I am not the only one whose heart is filled with fear. We will make it through somehow. Somehow. And no matter how many of us will fall in battle tomorrow, heartbreaking a reality as that is, at the very least, our sweet daughter will be safe. Right? Dawn of the following morning. You know, I can't help but feel that there should have been some different song that should be playing during all of this. Just for the sake of variety, and also to help fit a couple of moods. Like that mood last night, it could have been some sort of somber song that was playing. Everyone slept well, I hope? Yes, your majesty. I am glad. With the nightmare coming to meet us at the present, it is a blessing for you to've at least dreamt happier dreams the previous night. The rest of the knights are already assembled at the city gates. They have only to wait for the rest of us here as their leaders to order the march. Bolas, Princess Rachel, and the 4 Earth Children, His Majesty and I ask that you stay at the head of the Holy Army as we ride out. Jersey, keep the rest of your group as close to our heroes as possible. Absolutely do not let them out of your sight. Tessera, please stay close to your assisting medics the entire way. Also, it is your duty to make certain that they do not accidentally get lost in the middle of all the soldiers and wind up losing sight of those whom they were specifically assigned to look after. King Hotaru and I would be honored for you to accompany us, Miss Paprika, as part of our personal honor guard in this battle. Even as the army moves out to meet the enemy, I would be particularly pleased for your gracious company. Would that be acceptable for you? Paprika is taken aback. Your Majesty is far too kind to take such favor in our unworthy servant. Ah, knock it off. I could not be more honored. No, you are totally worthy, Paprika. In theory. I'm glad you feel that way. It would be all for the better anyway, since you must assume a position near our king and myself during the fight for the task that you will be performing. Better yet, you have wings, so you do not require an extra horse to ride out with everyone else here. We got horses now, huh? Okay. Hehe, that's true, isn't it? You know, it's definitely true. It is so convenient having wings. Finally, I ask that everyone check their weapons and armor one last time before we bid the Holy Army to begin its march. We will leave at the word of you and your friends, Uri. Stripeback is asking if the horses are invisible, like the not chocobos. No, RPG Maker actually does have horses, which makes me wonder why we had to go through this situation with chocobos even more. Shall we move out? No. No, could we wait a bit longer? It is already close to 7 o'clock. The time Jersey suggested that we begin the march if we are to meet the enemy at the correct locale over Poeska's lake. Please do not be too long in your preparation. I need several days of preparation. Also, the rest of this stream, but more importantly, today is Saturday and my next stream is next Thursday, so yeah, we need plenty of time. Okay, is there any equipment I have that I could give back to Lynn? Just as a starter, you have a Iski helm. Anything better than that? What about for your body? Nope, we don't have any new armor for you. Unfortunately, William has taken that one bow. It might be here, though. I think we can buy it again. You at least have one of these platinic gloves on hand. We'll buy you another one. So let's start with that. Any new dialogue, by the way? I was wondering when the heroes of the battle would arrive here to get themselves properly suited up. It is essential that the most superior of weapons be in the hands of those who actually have the courage to attack one who commands an army of ogre demons. Okay, buy another platinic glove, that is certain. Shadow mail. That is what Lynn is gonna get. And that's that there. May it be Serena's protective hand that guides you to see the end of this battle, and not the sword you will hold. Although it would be nice if both came into play. Didn't we have this discussion already? So equip that and the other platina glove. And we need a weapon for you. Also sort my inventory here. Welcome, dear children. No, maybe it just isn't being sold here. I definitely am finding myself wishing that I had unequipped William before that cutscene started. Stay alive in this battle, no matter what. We cannot save the Holy City without you. Dusk quietly says, "It is a shame that you choose to hide your face beneath that hood, miss. From the pretty locks of long red hair that adorn your shoulders, I am willing to bet that you are really quite pretty to look at." Ares tries to hide her smile. You don't need to hide it, you're invisible. Even in a time such as this, Dusk, only you can prevent forest fires. Maybe you will have the thing we're looking for. Hello there? Darn it, you do not. Shoot. Where is the thing? Please be safe in the battle to come. Welcome. Oh, thank goodness, somebody does sell it. May it be only Serena's great love that guides your swords in this fight. Oh, that's the discussion we had, I think. Okay, take this. And aside from that, I think everybody's equipment is good. Welcome. Okay, we need healing items as well. Angel Feather, I'll buy one of those real quick. Alarm, Cure Sleep, Poison, Silence. We don't have very many of these, do we? Let's buy 5 of those real quick. Ammonia, Aloe Vera, we definitely got plenty of those. I'll buy some more of these. We won't need them just yet, but we will need them in the near future, possibly. What else we got here? Angel Feather. Is this just the same shop, by the way? It seems like the same shop. So let's go ahead and come back to you. Root beer, dew clover. Oh boy, I'm out of those, huh? Iski trout heals 50. Okay. At least 15 of those, because they're small. And these, definitely a bunch. Okay, that should be good. Nah, 2 more. And then... you know what? I just want a lot of MP healing. And for the journey, let me buy a bunch of these. And I have spent all of my money once again. Whether it was a good idea or a bad idea, I don't know.